Please may we take our seats. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to welcome all of you to the closing ceremonies of the Akwa Ibom State Electricity Summit 2025 with the theme Fulfilling the Promise of Reliable, Affordable, and Universal Access to Electricity in our dear state. It is my pleasure now to ask that we all put our hands together and welcome our dear Governor, His Excellency, Pastor Umoina, Governor of Akwa Ibom State. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. We welcome you and we are delighted to have you. We had done exhaustive recognitions of all dignitaries before now, but just finally, ladies and gentlemen, can we please applaud our dear Deputy Governor who has been with us all through since morning, Her Excellency Senator Akwa Ibom. Thank you very much. We salute and welcome representatives of their excellencies, governors of Cross River State, Governor of Enugu State, and of course, Governor of Abia State. We thank you so much for staying here with us. Thank you so very much. Your Excellency, I'd like to quickly now invite the Secretary to Akwa Ibom State Government, Prince Enobonwa, to please present a roadmap on electricity security for Akwa Ibom State. The SSG, please.
Your Excellency, our leader, Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Umar Bassi Eno. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor and Chairman of this particular, the planning of this event. Your Excellency, I applaud you for your resilience. Thank you, ma, for being here all the way. The representative of the Honorable Minister, representatives of state governors, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, it's been 2 days of great discourse, 2 days of great engagement. And yesterday when you were speaking, Your Excellency, you said after the discourse, we should go to site. Your Excellency, we're about to go to site. But before I read the highlights of what has happened here in the last 2 days, I'd like to thank all our panelists, all our discussants, all our moderators for a job well done. And just like in building, you know, the architects will finish the architectural drawings and hand them over to the project managers. The architects do not run away and leave the project managers. So we ask of you, the professionals, not to just dump this discourse, this robust engagement on us and run away. You have to be with us all the way. I assure you, the Akwa Ibom State government, under the able leadership of Pastor Moino, is ready to tackle this in all fronts. Our objectives are basically to establish Akwa Ibom State as a major Nigerian energy hub, achieve energy security and universal access in the state, thus drastically reducing the cost and increase the ease of doing business in Akwa Ibom State. Of course, we want to develop an efficient state electricity value chain, on-grid and off-grid, and drive exponential socioeconomic growth and development in Akwa Ibom State. I'd like to list the pillars of the activities, or what I can call action, going forward from here. Of course, first of all, State Electricity Policy 2024 and Electricity Law 2025 are now live. We are going to establish 2 key institutions, the Akwa Ibom State Electricity Regulatory Commission, to set fair and cost-effective tariffs, issue licenses, and regulate the market. We'll also set up the Akwa Ibom State Electrification Agency, of course, to expand electricity access across the state. This is the foundation of our homegrown electricity market. Of course, we are going to build strong institutions. Staff of the Regulatory Commission and the Electricity Agency will be trained with support from DFIs, the World Bank, FDB, and I'd like to thank the MD of REA, who has been with us all the way. We believe that with this, your strong presence, we will come to you and we'll come to you. Thank you, sir. We are going to create a state electrification fund to finance the work of AKSEA. We will map out all unserved and undeserved communities to make sure no one is left behind, and accountability for the fund is transparent. Thirdly, we establish our electricity market. The Regulatory Commission will develop an effective transition plan for the gradual takeover of electricity regulation in the state from NERC. The Ibom Power Company and the Ibom Utility Company will receive state licenses. The Regulatory Commission will consider and determine the possibility and timing of separating the distribution wire business from the sale and customer care business. We are introducing simpler rules for renewable energy and mini-grid operators to attract investors. Of course, we intend to expand infrastructure through partnerships. Our power plants and networks will be domesticated to serve primarily our home market, and of course, they'll be rehabilitated and expanded. For example, earlier on today, somebody was saying that the meters have to be smart. We're going to roll out smart meters that are easy to install by consumers themselves, modern billing, and better customer service systems as soon as possible. Through PPPs, we will raise capital, protect consumers, and start to grow businesses. We also power every community. The state electrification plan begins immediately, targeting rural and hard-to-reach areas. We aim for 50% of undeserved communities to be electrified by 2027. This one is important, and I believe we will do it. By 2024, every household in Akwa Ibom will have access to electricity. Protecting consumers. A consumer bill of rights will be published, setting out clear service standards and customer responsibilities. Complaints will be handled fairly and transparently. And of course, electricity theft and vandalism will be punished under the new law. The seventh pillar will be driving renewable energy and green growth. By 2034, 20% of our power will come from renewable sources like solar, wind, and biomass. Renewable energy producers will have cost-reflective tariffs and fair access to the grid. And of course, we'll actively support local jobs, skills, and manufacturing in renewable technologies. Monitoring progress, staying accountable. We'll monitor and report on the execution of the action program through the state project delivery mechanism. A market implementation team led by the consultant to the state electricity sector reform program will drive day-to-day delivery. We will publish semi-annual progress reports so the people of Akwa Ibom State can hold us accountable. We recognize that while a 10-year vision is vital, the activity of the early stage, especially within the first 2 years, must be intensely focused. Thus, from the 8 pillars that I've mentioned above, we distill the following. My brother, Dr. Okoha, earlier on said some of these timelines are too long. Maybe from here you see that they are not going to be that long. The first one is laying the legal and policy foundations. Of course, publishing and explaining the state electricity policy and law and the launch of comprehensive public awareness campaigns has already started. Then, what he mentioned before, the establishment of the regulator and the electrification agency. Of course, I know His Excellency has already put plans for this to happen almost immediately. And we're going to secure technical assistance from donors and DFIs. And this is between now and 6 months. Second one is institutional capacity and market transition. This is within 3 to 12 months. We're going to recruit and train the regulatory agency and the electrification agency staff in licensing, regulation, and electrification planning. Of course, we'll start preparing for the Akwa Ibom Integrated Resource Plan and establish criteria and start mapping all unserved and undeserved communities. We'll create the Akwa Ibom State Electrification and Metering Fund with seed capital and donor support. And of course, prepare a roadmap for transitioning regulatory authority from NERC to AKSERC with formal engagement at the federal level. Also, restructuring the market and key institutions between month 0 and 18 months. Establish the Akwa Ibom State Distribution Company, AKS DISCO, with state majority ownership. Complete technical, commercial, and regulatory due diligence reviews of Ibom Power Company and AKS DISCO. Also issue interim licenses to IPC and AKS DISCO, followed by substantive licenses after restructuring. We take an executive decision on the divestiture model of IPC and Akikop equity in AKS DISCO. Of course, execute the approved divestiture. Building infrastructure and expanding access between the months 4 to 18. We begin rehabilitation of Ibom Power Company, upgrade AKS DISCO's distribution network, metering, billing, vending, and of course, customer service. Develop and secure approval for the Akwa Ibom off-grid electrification plan. Launch pilot demonstrator renewable energy and mini-grid projects under the state electrification plan. Market design and consumer protection, months 6 to 18. Reset electricity tariff methodology and develop templates. Establish framework for bilateral contracting between state utilities and customers. Strengthen licenses of off-grid and renewable operators to attract private investment. Publish and enforce a consumer bill of rights and responsibilities. Crack down very strongly on electricity theft and vandalization. Expected outcomes from the early stage activities, of course, our institutions, the Regulatory Commission and the Electricity Agency will be fully operational. Clear transition path from NERC to AKSERC regulation. Akwa Ibom electricity market operational with licensed utilities. Rehabilitation and expansion of key generation and distribution assets. Pilot renewable and off-grid projects powering unserved and undeserved communities. Consumer protection framework safeguarding rights of Akwa Ibom people. What are the critical success factors? 1, constant and unshakable political will and commitment. Importance of salesmanship and marketing Akwa Ibom's USPs to accessing capital and TA. Executive implementation capacity. Appreciation of the huge importance of simultaneous sequentiality. Our shared vision. Overall, with this action program, even from these early stage actions, power will no longer be a barrier to growth in Akwa Ibom. Industries will flourish, businesses will thrive, and homes will enjoy reliable electricity. By leading the way, Akwa Ibom will become Nigeria's model subnational electricity market. Together, we are building a brighter, stronger, and fully powered future for Akwa Ibom State. I'll now go and present this to the chairman of the planning committee, who will further present these action plans to His Excellency the Governor. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you, Prince Enobonwa, Secretary to Akwa Ibom State Government. Her Excellency, dear Deputy Governor, now presents the Summit Action Plan to His Excellency, the Governor of Akwa Ibom State. Ladies and gentlemen, please applaud the political will of our state government.
Thank you, the brass band. Thank you so much. Your Excellency and Your Excellencies, it's been 2 long days, but I think all the hours spent here are worth it. The idea is that when we move from this summit and do all the things that have just been outlined by the Secretary to the State Government, I'm sure that Akwa Ibom State would have fulfilled, as it were, the objectives of this summit. Your Excellency, we have come to what I would call the El Dorado, where we would hear from you for the very last time in this Akwa Ibom Electricity Summit for the year 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, let me therefore invite all of us to please accept to put our hands together, celebrate and welcome His Excellency, the Governor of Akwa Ibom State, the hosts, convener of these electricity summits. Continue to celebrate our leader and our governor.
Please, let's be seated. Thank you. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Akwa Ibom State and Chairman of this Electricity Summit, I'd like to thank you. I'd like to celebrate you for your doggedness and the good work you and your team have done. Please join me celebrate our Deputy Governor. Thank you for your support. The representatives of my brother governors that are here, that are still here with us, Cross River, Abia, Bayelsa, Enugu, all of you, we celebrate you. Thank you so much for giving us a shoulder to lean on. Some of you are ahead of us, and we have learned a lot these 2 days. That's been good. The hall is still full. I see the appetite. Everyone still wants to give. It shows that it's a burning issue for everybody. I'm seeing players in the electricity or power industries, as it were, fully here. I thank all of you. Distinguished senators and members of the National Assembly, both serving and former. The representative of the Honorable Minister, I told you your presence here speaks volume, and we thank you. Please let's celebrate the representative of the Honorable Minister from Abuja. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And the DG of our campaigns, thank you so much, sir, for making your presence felt. Principal officers and members of the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, thank you so much for all that you have done, working with us to ensure that we continue to deliver the dividend of democracy to our people. The Secretary to Government, Head of the Civil Service, the Executive Assistant to the Governor, thank you for the work you have done in delivering this. The entire ESCO members that are here, of course, I wouldn't expect that any Executive Council member will be anywhere else other than here these 2 days. I want to thank you. I'm sure you have enjoyed the robust discussion. Delivery advisors, I can see a whole lot of you here, and want to thank you. The MD of the Rural Electrification Agency, thank you so much. Fortunately, I missed your presentation, but I watched it online. You're always good at your work, and I like the way you own. I'm looking forward to a day. I know my Commissioner for Power is greatly energized, and very soon we'll be talking like you talk, and we'll be speaking kilowatts, off-grid, on-grid, underserved. To be honest, you are really, for me, you are a round peg in a round hole. When I see the passion you bring to the work you do, and I thank Mr. President for identifying you. All of the team led by team and members of United Nations, Nigeria Infrastructure, professional organizations, corporate bodies, service commanders, chairman and MD of Ibom Power, other chairmen of boards and commissions, permanent secretaries that are here, heads of extra-ministerial departments, chairman of Ikore local government, and other chairmen that are here with us, senior citizens, critical stakeholders in the power sector, all of you that have been here since yesterday. I'm sure by now you know we're ready. And for those of you who want to build your plans or your solar panels, and my brother is here, I am giving you that land right away. But we must agree when you are coming on ground. We have an industrial park right in the center of Uyo, and we will allocate to people who are ready to come on the ground. We will energize the park and make sure that any of you is ready. I'm here, and we mean business. So the MD of REA will know that we're serious, But when we allocate land to you, if you don't come on ground within 6 months, the CFO automatically is cancelled, Thank you so much. Senior citizens, critical stakeholders that are here, all of our presenters, all of our discussants, especially invited guests, members of the Fourth Estate of the Realm. Let me thank our consultant who has worked very hard to put this together, put him under pressure. Let's salute Mr. Ayo for the wonderful work he has done. Thank you so much. Thank you. There's a young lady that I finally met yesterday. She leaves schools in the United Kingdom, but she sent me a lot of information, in fact, until yesterday I thought she was a man, to be honest, because, that's she, Engineer Kemini Umo. Thank you so much for all of your thoughts, all of the work you've put in, all of your advisory, and I hope you find reason to join our team and work with us. I understand you are doing your PhD now, but I like the interest. I like each time on my mail, you write all of the things we should do, what we should not do, the things. I love those wonderful engagements. And so yesterday when the Honorable House Member representing Sirubium and the Leader of the House introduced you to me and said, this is Ekemini. And he said, but you have always thought he's a man. She's a woman. And that endears me to you much more because for a young lady, you're interested in the power sector, but not just that you're interested, you're actually in it, and you bring very wonderful advisory. And each time when I was sending your mails to my executive assistant, I said, there's a young man that has been engaging me. I want you to make sure you look for him and let him come and join your team. So when I met you yesterday, I just needed to thank you for coming all the way. I'm sure you sponsored yourself to come here. I've asked the executive assistant to ensure that they give you a return ticket. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's the kind of team spirit, that's the kind of spirit I expect to see from our people, that you can engage and we just can talk about the subjects, the issues, and she can show so much interest and had to travel all the way to be here without asking for tickets or anything. And I'm really, really inspired. This makes you to know that the greater people out there encourages us and keep giving advisory. They are not loud on the internet. They are not loud on WhatsApp criticizing without solutions, just criticizing. And so when we find people like that, we are deeply, deeply encouraged. Yesterday, when she sent me a mail and I looked at my mail right in this hall, she didn't even tell me she was here. She said, please don't, Your Excellency, don't make the mistake of going to the market without setting up your structures. This will fall flat to the ground. Make sure the structures are in place, you test the structures. And I said to her, I wish, right in this hall, I responded, I wish you are in the summit. She said, I'm right here. And I said, okay. I told her, and then I said, thinking him, I'd love to see you in the course of the summit. And That's the kind of engagement that helps. We are not infallible. We are human beings. You can't know everything, but together, like we've done these 2 days, we can distill knowledge, we can work together, we can deliver an action plan, and we can together forge ahead. So when we succeed, we all take the glory for it. And like the commissioner of police, was it the commissioner of police or somebody said in one event, was it here? I think it was my brother. You said it yesterday, that if you say something wrong, you take responsibility. But if it is right, the governor is right. So, but together we can take, but if it goes wrong, I take responsibility, So we thank God. On that lighter note, I'd like to thank all of you. Join my voice with that of the Secretary to Government. I'm speaking the voice and the mind of the Deputy Governor to thank all of you for these 2 days, sitting at one location. All our investors that came, all of you that have been here for 2 days, shows that this is serious business. I'd like to thank you. And because of you and the generosity of Akwa Ibom people, by the grace of God, we will not fail. Today, as we draw this historic summit to a close, I am proud to say we are already moving from vision to action. The Secretary to Government has just read out an action plan, which is what I really requested for yesterday. Let me thank all the invited guests, especially my brother governors who sent their representatives. The Honorable Minister of Power, who equally was represented. Let me thank, very glowing terms, the Deputy Governor, who worked tirelessly with the consultant, and indeed all the power stakeholders who responded to our invitation and made robust contributions to our march towards providing electricity for all in our dear state. We now have in place a state electricity policy 2024 and a state electricity law 2025. These are not just documents, they are compass that will guide every decision and every investment we will make. We have agreed from the point, the action plan that the SSG read, we have agreed to set up 2 critical institutions within the next 1 month. The Akwa Ibom State Electricity Regulatory Commission to provide fair tariffs, transparent licensing, and independent oversight. And the Akwa Ibom State Electrification Agency to deliver electricity access to our towns, villages, and underserved communities. Like I said, this will be within the next 1 month. It can be tomorrow, it can be next week, but the timeline will not exceed 1 month, and they will be made up of pure professionals. This is not politics. Today, together, these 2 institutions will represent the legal and institutional backbone of the Akwa Ibom State electricity market. The question then is, what are the immediate priorities in our first 2 years? I have seen the work plan and we will hold clearly to it. But we are clear that while our ambition is long-term, we must set the ball rolling immediately. We are establishing the State Electricity Agency, and where Akwa Ibom State will staff the agency, will train the staff, and make sure that they stick to standards. But let me use this opportunity, therefore, to invite all qualified technical personnel with skills to apply for employment through our RISE portal. I can't stress enough the fact that this is purely a professional assignment and therefore has no political coloration. The recruitment will be done transparently with only those who are technically qualified. We will rehabilitate and immediately commercialize Ibom Power Company. That is something we have taken away from this summit. Ibom Power Company must be commercialized, and we are prepared to start that process immediately. And we will roll out the first phase of our state electrification plan, bringing sustainable electricity access to the unserved and underserved communities. We will publish and enforce a customer bill of rights, ensuring fair treatment for all customers, accountability by licensees, and protection of electricity assets against vandalism and theft. Again, we want to begin immediately to pilot renewable energy projects. We want to ensure, for starters, that at least 20% of our future power will come from clean sources, working with the REA. And these promises will start. The rapporteur's report has shown us the richness of the conversations we have had. They've been frank, forward-looking, and inclusive. It has captured the concerns of investors, the insights of experts, and the aspiration of our people. We have listened, we have learned, and we will act. But let me stress that success will not come from government alone. It will come from partnerships with the private sector and, of course, with the federal government, whose presence here these 2 days shows their willingness and availability to partner, to guide, to collaborate, and to work with us as we travel these paths. It will take the collaboration of the Akwa Ibom people. With this Akwa Ibom State Electricity Action Program, therefore, we make a promise that we'll work hard and purposefully to ensure that electricity availability will no longer be a barrier to growth in Akwa Ibom State. My charge to all of us, government officials, investors, civil societies, and our citizens is simple. Let us own this vision. Let us make contribution rather than just criticize to tear apart. Let us be like Ekemini, who from far away United Kingdom will make her thoughts known, will give advisory, and will want to see power function in our place of birth. This is the only way we can grow this together. To our journalists, let us seek to ask the right questions. Let us give the right support to those that will have the onerous task of birthing this vision. To birth anything new is always difficult. The best we can do is to encourage those that will have that responsibility. We promise to work with them, and we know that all of us working together will achieve results. As I said at the beginning, when we electrify Akwa Ibom, we energize every childhood dream, every enterprise, every hospital, every farm, every home. The Honorable Commissioner for Power, the consultant, and the boards of the two agencies to be set up will brief me on a monthly basis on milestone achieved. As a matter of fact, you automatically form part of the delivery team, and you know we meet monthly. So we'll take this as part of your brief. We'll take your briefing every month to see how we are ticking the box. Your job is cut out for you already. I will give you all the support you need. We cannot afford to let Akwa Ibomites down. We cannot afford to bring all of this caliber of people in the last 2 days and make them not clap and say, we did well. We have all the resource we need. We'll come back to you. And even at the federal level, the ministry, our colleagues, other states that have gone ahead of us, will consult widely. Please, we hope you will always make your doors open for us. In closing, we leave this hall tonight inspired, determined to walk the talk, to arise to the renewed hope of providing power to Akwa Ibom State. We are energized, ready, and our sleeves are rolled up to work for Akwa Ibom people. May the Almighty God bless us and make our dream and vision come to reality. In Jesus' mighty name. Thank you so much for your time, and I wish you safe journey back to your different destinations. God bless Akwa Ibom. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you, the brass band, please. Thank you, Your Excellency. Just before we close with the anthem, the chairperson, planning committee, has asked me to announce that dinner lunch, that dinner lunch is ready and served. So please, as we leave here, we'll just go have dinner. Mommy, let it be dinner. We'll go have dinner. All right, and that will be it. Thank you so much. Your Excellency, as I invite us to rise, for the national anthem, which is how we close. Please, can we rise? Can we rise? Your Excellency, let me reiterate the words of an American industrialist and automobile engineer, Henry Ford, who said that when we move forward together, success takes care of itself. I trust that as we move forward together, the universal power for all Akwa Ibom citizens would take care of itself. On that note, please let me invite the brass band to please lead all of us as we end with the national anthem. The anthem, please. Thank you very much.